Today is Wealth Building Wednesday. How to build wealth at any age, even starting at 55. Start now, build now. So let's get to it. Hello, good people. How's everyone doing? I trust that everyone is doing well, right? Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesday. In case you didn't know, I am 55 years old, right? I'll be turning 56 on next month, the 19th of January. Looking forward to it, right? And let me tell you, you are never too late to get busy, start building your wealth. Let me say that again. You're never too late, right? I started when COVID kicked off in March of 2020. And, well, I won't say I started. I would say I got serious about it. So I always had my 401k. And when COVID kicked off, that's when I decided to start investing in the market outside of my 401k, right? Let me just say my intention was when I started that, my intention was to maybe one day be able to supplement my 401k, or maybe I could generate enough funds in a couple of years in the market to make life easy and not be so involved in my side hustles, right? And the journey turned out to be so outstanding that, yeah. Anyway, so the journey turned up being so outstanding to me that my 401k becomes my backup plan. Now, don't be mistaken. I work very diligently on my 401k, especially as I have advanced my financial knowledge via Googling information, networking, and bumping into YouTube. Free side note for those who may not know, Google owns YouTube. So as I was Googling information, YouTube videos started popping up in the search, right? I was like, why is it giving me that? So I clicked on a couple of YouTube videos. Wow. Between what I was learning from Googling information on my own, and I got linked up with YouTube, I got linked up with great folks like Larry Jones, my man Myron Golden, Jasper Racine, The Minority Mindset, Keenan Gray, Stock Mode, Stocks with Josh, Chris Sane, Mommy Trader, Wall Street Trapper, Smart Money Bro. The list goes on and on and on and on, right? But you know, it was life changing bumping into those folks. And as you see here on the wall, right, I have a photo of it was myself, Stocks with Josh on the right, Larry Jones, Keenan Grace. It was at a conference, Iron Sharpened Iron in Hampton, Virginia. Had an awesome time. So if you ever get a chance to link up and meet with the Stock Squad, I highly recommend you do that, right? Stock Mode is not there, but yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome meeting my mentors face to face, having a conversation with them and what have you. Look forward to doing it again real soon. So anyway, moving on, right? It's never too late. It's never too late. So three keys I have here. Three keys I have here. Three personal keys I have here, and I've been hammering on these forever, and I always will because it works. When you find something that works, you know, if it's tried and tested, if it's tried and true. So anyway, my first key is consistency beats speed. Consistency beats speed. This here is Starbucks tea. It's called a medicine ball. Miss Bridges believes highly in this thing, and so she's been having me drink it from time to time. And since my throat has been bothering me for the past couple of days, every day I get off work, I've been grabbing one. So why did I bring that up? I'm talking about my video. Why did I bring that up? Brought that up because Starbucks. If you are heavy into Starbucks products, you ought to be in Starbucks stock. Let me say that again. If you're heavy in Starbucks products, you need to be in Starbucks stocks, right? You're already building their brand. You're already building their economy. You might as well allow the economy to benefit you by buying a stock that makes you part owner of the company. Okay, I'm gonna move on because I'll sip you halfway done. Consistency beats speed. I'm always talking about you have to be, it's vital or it's important, excuse me, that you invest on a regular basis, right? Whether you're doing it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, right? You should hopefully have a set amount, and you just hit it consistently, right? Even if you can't hit everything that you're in each time you get paid or what have you, hit, divide up whatever pie you're putting in, pick which ones you're putting it in that week. If you're doing it weekly, then you could do, whatever, 4 a week, right? Or 5, whatever your budget allows you to do. Get busy investing on a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly basis. That's all I can say about that. Long-term investing beats emotional trading. Long-term investing beats emotional trading. When it comes to long-term, you want to be in something like the total stock market, VTI, right? You have to go ahead and do your own research, but VTI is an ETF. An ETF is like a bucket of stocks all in one, right? So VTI is a great stock. VOO is a great stock. VOO is basically Vanguard's version of the S&P 500. So it's the S&P 500, the top 500 stocks across the entire stock market, right? Those, hopefully should be the backbone of your portfolio. If not first starting out, then eventually, right? So first starting out, you can start buying fractional shares of each one. So every time you make a purchase, you should be also building your VTI or your VOO or both. Some folks say it's overkill to have them both. To each his own, right? Do your own research, come up with the strategy, come up with the goal of what it is you're trying to do, and get busy knocking it out, right? That's what it's all about, right? So other good ETFs are Granny Strats. I believe that's GRNY is the ticker symbol, and Charles Schwab, SCHND, right? They're relatively inexpensive, right? It's somewhere in the mid-20s, around $23 to $25, and so you could build a really nice size position in a year or two, right? So, in my opinion, don't get overly excited because you own 10 shares of Charles Schwab and Granny Strats, right? Continue to, it's the long-term snowball effect. So, you may say, well, I got 100, that's enough. There is no such thing as enough. We don't know how long we're gonna live. You always want to be building. You always want to be building. As Jasper Reese says, ABB, always be buying. You always want to be building because things are gonna happen in life, and you're gonna need to either liquidate some stocks, or you're gonna need to borrow against it, or what have you. So you should always be buying. All right. I think I hammered that enough. And so my next key is income stacking beats cost cutting alone. Income stacking. Laughing about that because I had a conversation with someone just the other day. Income stacking. Income stacking is multiple streams of income, right? So I have my main job. Matter of fact, my main job is right here on the corner of my shirt, and then a buddy of mine has limo service. I've been with him for as long as I've been with my regular company, right? My regular job. So, been with my regular company a little bit over 18 years. I've been driving limo with a buddy of mine for over 18 years. Both companies have been good to me. Uh, my other two side hustles, I don't feel at liberty to really talk about it right now. No big reason, just don't want to talk about it, right? But I have my other two side hustles, which have been very good to me over the past almost decade now. But pretty sure the 30th of November was probably my last time doing those, right? So I'll talk about it probably in the new year, but I'm going to focus more on building my brand. I'm going to focus more on getting busy on my YouTube channel, right? That's what I'm doing this week, right? Every day this week. So I started on Sunday. Today is Wednesday. We'll see if I'm still doing it every day come Sunday, right? So in the stock market, I'm in the stock market. I'm in the crypto market. I mentioned my 401k. I have a Roth IRA. I have my side hustles I was just speaking about. I started getting serious later in life. I told you I started getting serious in March of 2020. And the difference, March of 2020, and today, December the 10th, 2025, man, if I could only tell it all. I can't tell it. I can't tell it all, but at the end of all my videos, I have a hashtag, and that hashtag is what a journey, right? I've changed the name of my channel a few times. Currently it's C Bridges 217. Then I changed it to Journey with Chris, C Bridges 217. It's been an awesome journey, this 5 years financial journey of building my knowledge, right? And growing my wealth and what have you. I would have never imagined, I couldn't have never imagined the difference it makes when you do a little research, when you do a little study, and when you do it consistently. It's one thing to invest consistently. It's another thing to grow your knowledge consistently. And when you do this, man, it can really blow your mind. I could give an example, but I got to close out. I'm 12 minutes in right now. So hear me. If I can do this at 55, you can too. I'm always saying, the good book says God is no respecter of person. What he do for one, he'll do for any other if they just believe. So what I'm saying to you, you can do this as well. The market is no respect of person, right? If you take and you put a portion of your funds in the market and you apply the principles of how the market works, in due season, you will reap your harvest. How much of a harvest? All I can say is unlimited. It's boundless, right? I said I wouldn't give an example right now, but I'm gonna give a quick example, then we're gonna get out of here. What I mean is, I got in NVIDIA at $195 a share, and it's not even 195 right now, but that's not the point. I got an NVIDIA. I could put it up on my I could put it up, but I'm not gonna put it up. I got an NVIDIA probably like 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, right? And it was $195. I didn't want to get it at the time. Larry Jones came out with a video, and he started talking about NVIDIA, saying it was a good time to get into it. I pulled it up, checked some stats on it real quick, did a little quick research. I didn't see anything too impressive to me with my level of knowledge at the time. My interpretation of what I was seeing, I was not impressed. You know, it was going to do some things, but I was in the hunt for things that I believe could give me a much better return in 1 to 2 years. Fast forward, NVIDIA ran from that moment I got it. I picked up 8 shares. I did not magically have 200 times 8 is 16. I didn't have $1,600 to magically buy the 8 shares. What I did was I already been in the market for like 2.5 years at the time. So all I did was sell a couple of shares of this, sell a couple of shares of that, pick 5 companies. I sold a couple of shares, and then that what I had freed up, and I had right at 1,600, and I was already putting in $100 at that time anyway. So, excuse me, I picked up the 8 shares, and in a matter of 18 months, a year and a half, it ran from $195 a share to $1,330 a share. If you don't have a calculator, my 1,600 pretty much turned into 10K in a year and a half. Now that's just one position, and that wasn't DCAing over a period of time. That was just taking a chance, taking a risk, and it paid off. And that is what I mean. The market is no respecter of person. If you take and put a portion of your funds in the market, do a little research, take and put a portion of your funds in the market, put your army of dollars to work, and be patient. Because you only want to invest money that you're not going to need for a year or two, right? To give them money chances to mature and to grow up. That's what mine did. I put my 1,600 to work, and it matured and grew up like crazy in a year and a half. All right, I got to close out here. It's been awesome communicating with you guys on this evening, trying to share a little bit of what I've learned in the market. So thanks for tuning in. Take care and be blessed continually, my friend.